Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to dive into a topic that I think a lot of you who follow Japanese music, especially the rock and metal scene, have probably noticed. We're talking about something that seems to happen pretty often in Japanese female rock bands. Members leaving, joining other projects, starting solo careers, or entire lineups shifting over time. For those of us who love following female guitarists, drummers, bassists, and vocalists from Japan, this is a pattern that keeps repeating, and it really shapes the scene in ways that are worth exploring. So in today's video, we're going to talk about why these changes happen, look at real examples from bands you probably know, and also consider why this seems particularly common within Japanese female-led or all-female rock and metal bands. And of course, I'll wrap up talking about why this topic matters for the way we consume and support the music, especially if you're a fan who loves collecting merch, following band members individually, and watching new projects unfold.
This is the one called black hole, you know.
First of all, why do so many Japanese female rock bands undergo member changes? When a guitarist or vocalist leaves, or when a new drummer comes in, there's usually more behind it than what we see on the surface. Sometimes it's about creative direction. A band might start with one musical vision, but as time goes on, members grow, their tastes evolve, and they may want to explore different genres or styles. What once felt exciting might start to feel limiting. Then we also have career-related reasons. A member might leave because of a huge opportunity. Maybe another band wants them because of their talent. Maybe they get a big chance to go solo, or maybe they get international offers. The Japanese rock scene can be very interconnected, and skilled female musicians are always in demand. Sometimes jumping to another band is just the next step in a musician's growth. Life also happens. Touring schedules can be brutal, the demands of a major label can be overwhelming, and sometimes a member steps away for health, family priorities, or simply because balancing everything becomes too difficult. That's true in any music scene. But in the Japanese music industry, expectations can be especially intense. And finally, there's the identity of the band itself. For many female rock or metal groups, the image is deeply connected to the members, their personalities, their visuals, their onstage character. When the band wants to shift direction, maybe becoming heavier, more melodic, or more experimental, that can lead to lineup reevaluations. One example that many fans of Japanese rock will know is Shonen Knife. They've been around for decades, and while their core identity has remained strong, their lineup has shifted multiple times. Founding members left over time, others joined, and yet the band continues. Now, a stronger case is Mary's Blood, one of the most successful female metal bands in Japan. They originally formed with members from earlier projects, and over time the lineup changed until they became the version of Mary's Blood most fans recognize, led by Ai, with powerhouse musicians like Saki on guitar. When the band went into hiatus, each member branched out in their own directions. A similar situation happened with Bratz, led by the Kuromiya sisters. Over the years, guitarists and drummers shifted, and one of the sisters even worked in another band at one point while still being part of Bratz. Eventually, they suspended activities, and it's another case where the music continues through the individuals, even if the band pauses. There are countless other examples, across hard rock, punk, alt-rock, metal, and everything in between. In some cases, the band continues even after losing a major member, and fans learn to adapt to a new version of the sound. In other cases, the band identity was so tied to that member that everything shifts: sound, style, and energy. Now, what does that do to a band's musical identity? When a guitarist or drummer leaves, especially in rock where instrumentation is central, the change can be huge. A new guitarist may have totally different influences. A vocalist leaving can feel like the soul of the band is changing. Even a new drummer can alter groove and energy. The new lineup might refresh everything in an exciting way, or, for longtime fans, it might feel like something important has been lost. But departure isn't always negative. Sometimes a lineup change is exactly what allows a band to evolve instead of getting stuck. You'll see bands announce something like a new chapter or new era, and they try fresh ideas, new lyrical directions, heavier riffs, new genres mixed in. Suddenly, fans get something to discuss again, something new to discover. So yes, changes come with risk, but also with possibility. What does all this mean for us fans? Many fans fall in love with a specific version of a band, a particular era, a certain lineup. When that changes, some people leave, saying it's not the same anymore. Others stay and follow the evolution. But for collectors, superfans, and music researchers, lineup changes actually create more layers to appreciate. Now here's a big question. Why does this seem especially visible in Japanese female rock and metal bands? There are several reasons. The female rock scene is smaller and tightly connected. These musicians know each other, share rehearsal spaces, play festivals together, and sometimes even fill in for each other on tours. Visual identity and stage character matter a lot. For many female bands, performance involves fashion, charisma, and branding, alongside technical musicianship. Many all-female rock bands in Japan have strong international fan bases, especially in the US and Europe. That leads to career moves that may take a member beyond the original band. The Japanese music industry is known for strong management involvement, especially with visual or performance-focused acts. Sometimes the business side influences member changes more than fans realize. So overall, the phenomenon isn't a problem. It's actually a sign of growth. It shows the musicians have potential beyond a single place, and the scene is flexible enough to support that. Personally, I love following these transitions, watching musicians grow, discover who they are, connect with new collaborators, and sometimes even reach global success they couldn't before. And here's the fun part for us as a community. We get to document this. We get to share discoveries. We get to introduce each other to side projects, new bands, and creative experiments that might turn into something amazing. So yes, lineup changes can be emotional, but they can also be exciting, doors opening everywhere. All right, now I want to hear your thoughts. Have you ever followed a musician from one band to another? Has a lineup change ever turned you into an even bigger fan? Which Japanese female musicians' journeys do you find the most inspiring? Drop your experiences down in the comments. I'm always curious to see which stories resonate with you the most. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this discussion and want more content about Japanese rock, especially female musicians making a global impact, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and stay tuned. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.
This is the what they call the black hole,